It's 7:29, and we told you earlier we were going to have company in the house today from the Winfield City School System. And as a matter of fact, Candy Garner's here. And Candy, let's talk for a second. This is something that we had talked about a few days back, maybe doing this week and maybe starting a weekly program, just sort of spotlighting some of the things happening at Winfield School. Why don't you tell us really what the program is all about?
Good morning, Doug. Thank you for inviting us to visit the radio show today. We just thought we'd have a spotlight, the Pirate Spotlight, each Thursday for the remainder of the school year. As a faculty member of the Winfield City Schools, Doug, you know it's a joy to share with our community what our kids are doing, what the learning that's taking place on all three campuses. It's neat to see, it's fun to watch, and I think our students would tell you that it is a fun thing to be a part of. So we wanted to give them an opportunity each week to share with the community what's going on.
Well, you know, that's something we as the public, I guess, on the outside don't realize a lot of things that goes on. Of course, we know academics and we know sports. That's basically what the public hears about. But there's a lot more happening inside the walls of those buildings up there, right?
That's right, Doug. We're in the process of trying to become an advanced ed STEM certified school.
And STEM is what?
STEM is an acronym that stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math.
Oh.
And we will have a visiting team here with us in February. We're working toward that goal, and if we are selected to be an advanced ed STEM certified school, we will be one of two in the state of Alabama.
Wow.
So we have a lot of neat things going on, and we just wanted to share with our community. The community is one of the most important aspects of our school, and it's only fair for them to get to be a part of what's taking place. This morning we're highlighting a sixth grade student, a sixth grade class project, and they have selected a student, Banks Roebuck, and he's going to be here to kind of tell you a little bit about a project that the sixth graders have been working on. We also have a sixth grade teacher, Mallory Tidwell. She's new to our system. She has a military background that I think she'll share with you a little bit about later on. But they are in the midst of a project that's just one example of the many neat things that are going on in our community.
All right. Let's talk about the project. Who's going to... Mallory, are you moving over to take over here? Or,
Yes.
All right. You might, if you're new to the community, sort of introduce yourself to everybody too, who might, so maybe some of the folks who have not met you.
Okay, I'm actually from Hubbardville. I graduated in 2003.
That's not bad. I spent 10 years at Hubbardville too. So.
And my parents reside in Eldridge, so I'm really not too far away from Winfield. Right. So I graduated from the University of Alabama and also West Alabama, and I'm just excited about being a part of Winfield City Schools and getting to just share my experience and teach the kids a little bit about the military as well as, math and science.
All right, let's talk about the project that you had mentioned, and of course we got Banks here with us from the sixth grade at Winfield Middle School. Banks, tell us what the project is, what it's all about.
It's Operation Oasis.
All right, can you pull it a little bit closer to the mic there now? Now, it's Operation what?
Operation Oasis.
All right, what is Operation Oasis?
Operation Oasis is a project that we've been working on at school. It's about like the military and all that.
All right.
We call it Operation Oasis because it's based on a water conservation scenario that actually my colonel in my unit in Birmingham, he actually ran into the problem while he was overseas. And so we kind of just took that problem and made it match sixth grade standards. So basically there were soldiers overseas that were not having the ample amount of resources that they needed, so they had to figure out a problem to condense the usage to fit what water usage was available. So we called it Operation Oasis.
So this is then a real problem that's happening in the world that you guys are just working on here.
Yes, it was actually a real problem.
All right. What are you actually doing? Are you trying to solve the problem, or what are you?
Yes, we are trying to. We're picking different groups, so we have 4 different 6th grades. So we call each one of them platoons, and within the platoons there are 4 different squads. So each squad will present a course of action to my colonel actually, and we're going to pick the overall winner. So basically, we gave them a chart, and we had them research about the water crisis in Afghanistan, local rivers that maybe they could tap into to help soldiers gain more water, and we're just excited about seeing what they come up with. So they've been researching and making maps, and they've done a very good job.
Wouldn't it be amazing if you did all this and then something you came up with in Winfield actually was an answer they could use that would, solve the whole problem? That would
I've
be
thought
great.
about that. That would be amazing.
That would be great. All right, Banks, you say you're working in groups. You have 4 different groups, different classes or different groups. Tell us about working in a group and how you like this and how it works. How all of you work together on this?
Yes, I enjoy working in groups because different people have different ideas. So yeah.
All right. As far as your work, what are you doing? Is it all classroom, or have you been on outside on trips, or what are you actually doing?
We've been on trips to Huntsville, Alabama, to the Redstone Arsenal.
Oh, okay? You went. You talking about military? You went to the top there, to
Yes.
Redstone, didn't you? And I love that place. And there's so much at Redstone Arsenal to do. What's some of your favorite things you did there? Some of your favorite parts of that trip?
My favorite part of the trip would have to be when the police dog attacked the police officer.
Uh-oh. What did the police officer do to make the dog attack?
He had, it was kind of like practicing. He was wearing a suit that would let the dog bite him. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. All right, the project you're working on, I know in Winfield you say you have 4 groups working on it. I'm sure other schools, other places are doing the same thing, or are you the only ones doing it?
I haven't heard about a project to this magnitude. This is over 4 weeks, and our culminating event is going to be Veterans Day. So my colonel has actually come to speak to all the students in Winfield.
Oh, great.
And then afterwards, he's going to pick a winner. So the 6th grade teachers and I have put a lot of work into it, and the students have been very excited about it. We've decorated the hallway. We have camo coming from the ceiling. We've got different pictures lined down the hallway that shows different periods in military history. So the students have been just, so amazing with it, and they've asked some great questions, and they have great ideas. So I'm eager to see the outcome.
All right, so your 4 groups are the 4 different classes, 6th grade classes.
Well, we have 4 classes. Within each class, we have 4 groups.
So you have 16 groups.
So we have 16 groups,
Yeah,
yes.
I know how to multiply. I learned
Yes.
that at Hubbard. It was reinforced in my years at Winfield, too, by the way. But I'll throw that in there, I guess. But all right, so you're going to have a winner somehow. What are you going to do? With 16 different groups, how are you going to decide who wins, or who's going to decide who wins, or what's the criteria here?
Well, out of each class, the classroom teacher will pick the winner, and then after Veterans Day, my colonel will come over to Winfield Middle School, and he will choose the overall winner based on his experience overseas and how he feels best matches the end result of what he came up with, the solution.
So you will have actually like a winner from each class, and then he'll look at those 4 and pick from there.
Yes, and we have a great prize for them, so.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right, Banks, the colonel is coming.
Yes, sir.
Are you prepared?
Yes, sir.
What are you going to say to him when you meet him?
I'm not sure if we'll get to speak to him, but if I were, I'd probably ask him a few more questions about the military's ranks and all that.
Do you think you'd be interested in being part of the military someday?
I might be. The ranks seem pretty cool.
There's a great need there for good people, good students, and you can go a long way. But anything else about this project before we move on that we need to talk about? All right. Well, you can always say one more thing. Can you limit it to one more thing, Candy?
Doug, I could talk about our school all day. I could. But I do want to say that one one purpose of the different things that we are doing is just what you asked Banks. Banks, do you have an interest in the military? And what we want to show our students is that learning can be fun. It is a lifelong process, and there are so many different opportunities available for you. So when I said that we were pursuing advanced ed STEM certification, we are doing that, but the reason we're doing it is because of the way it will impact our students. It will provide them with scholarship opportunities as they graduate from a high school that has been STEM certified. There are just a lot of different things that it will open up. It will impact their learning in a positive way, and that's what it's all about. It's all about what's the best thing for our kids.
Right. All right, you mentioned the Colonel is actually coming to speak at the Veterans Day program. You might want to talk a little bit about Veterans Day. I know that's always a big thing at Winfield School.
Well, that'll lead us into next Thursday, Doug. Next Thursday, we're going to have a second grade teacher and a second grade student, and they're going to share a little bit about our Veterans Day program. We do have a program next Thursday, November the 10th, at the Winfield High School, and we'll have details to follow with times. And our second graders invited the veterans. They sent letters to the veterans, and so we'll have a student here next week that will share a little bit about that. Our second graders sing every year to the veterans at the program. Our students come, and and the Colonel that Mallory has mentioned and Banks is looking forward to meeting, he will be there. So we have a lot of good things going on next Thursday as well.
All right, we'll look forward to talking about that Thursday, but I'll tell you what, this project you're talking about working on today and some of the others I've heard about going on in the schools is stuff that back in my day you would never imagine that one of our local schools would be getting into this stuff. It is interesting. So I'm looking forward to weeks ahead and finding out more of what's going on at Winfield City Schools. And I nearly said Winfield City High School, but it's all three of the school systems we're going to be talking about, right?
Exactly.
All right. Anything else we need to say before we go? Anything else going on at the school but we need to announce or whatever? Banks? What?
I think I'm good.
You think you're good? Okay.
We just want to say thank you, Doug. Thank you for having us.
Go ahead. Anything else pop in your mind?
Thank you for having me.
All right. Happy to have you here. Appreciate y'all coming by. And I bet Banks has to go to school today, don't he?
He does. Miss Tidwell will mark him absent if he's not there.
Oh, no.
We have a lot of great new teachers coming on too, Doug. Lots of new blood and new energy, and that's a great thing too. So yes, we got to go get our day started.
All right. We appreciate you folks stopping by.